All right, welcome back, everyone. Robert at Custodian File. Thank you for tuning in. This channel is all about small, fast-moving UAPs that are all over the world, especially Marina Del Rey. I'm going to give you a lot of information. If you're a new viewer, hang in there. We're going to throw a lot of information at you. Good news is it gets easy very quickly. Okay, one of the viewers left a comment. They were saying, hey, they were doing research on new technology the Navy's doing. I'm sure this is like 10 years ago, but cloud research where they utilize cloud chemtrails for communication, for hiding aircraft, etc. And I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere. So hang in there. So this is we've had 46,000 sorties over Marina Del Rey, the government looking for these small, fast-moving UAPs, but we've also had 4 research vessels, major research vessels, and these 2 were here the longest for 9 months. This is we had the Ocean Investigator and the Decisive. This is the Decisive. We're literally, after 9 months, right before they left, they took a mini submarine. It's right in front of the jetty rocks, and they put it underwater for 90 minutes. There it is. So actually, that's where that's when they were leaving. They got there at 12:15, and they left at 1:37. About 90 minutes. So I'm going somewhere. So in other words, whatever these UAPs are, the government has flown in over 46,000 times, but they're using research vessels, analyzing the air, radar, the water, and so like I said, there were 4 vessels. So let me get to, I mean, this is nuts right here, guys. This is right here, Marina Del Rey. They're dumping submarines in the water in front of the jetty rocks. I know this is a story that later will come out. This is, if you're new, just hang in there. I know there's a lot of data, not to overwhelm you. What was that, the old NASA code in the 60s, 1201, when the lunar module couldn't do all the calculus fast enough, so code 1201 popped up. I know this is a 1201 for all the new viewers. Just hey, it really does get easier. So like I said, they were, this comment was talking about cloud technology the Navy has. So 101's here. Let me show you one of the other vessels that were here, and feel free to ask questions. I'll do my best to answer. Again, after basically 2019, these 2 research vessels, after 9 months, they never came back. Ocean Investigator and the Decisive. Somewhere in the future, yeah, the news people, the magazine people, they'll want to sit down with these captains and you know, try to figure out what was going on. That will be that's a coming event. Let me go to the other vessels that were here. Okay, so for the history books, not yet recorded, May 24, 2021, coming up 5 years. There you go. See that little bird there? See that warship? That's the USS Gabrielle Giffords. Believe it or not, I look out my window one morning. I always look out the window every morning and say, what am I going to see? It was kind of foggy, and I see this giant ship. It's huge. It's right in front of the jetty rocks. See the little flagpole right there? That's the jetty rocks. So I'm like, what am I looking at here? This is nuts. This is just nuts. So there is something on the radar called Vessel Finder. Vessel Finder. It's free. I just went to that, and sure enough, the USS Gabrielle Giffords has a GPS locator turned on. And I think it came back warship number 10, and you Google warship 10, and yeah, is this nuts, everyone? You're like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I said the government's taking this very serious. They're spending unlimited money. They're unlimited money. So yeah, so the bird gets tagged. There's the flagpole. That's how you know where the jetty rocks is. Dragons are flying by. Dragons are these small, fast-moving UAPs. 9 years ago, I thought they were dragonflies. They're not bugs, birds, parallax, nothing like that. The Gabrielle Giffords was here for 1 day. It wasn't here like for a week or for a month. There's just 1 day they came in and they threw out their best technology. And I still haven't gotten to the cloud because I'm going somewhere with all this. It was very tempting. There was a lot of fog that day. But I said, fog or no fog, I got to record the best I can, take my chances. And it's never been back ever since. This is probably just one time only. And I know if you check the Google map and you've never heard of the Gabrielle Gifford parked in Marina Del, it doesn't happen. It's an impossibility. You won't find it. But let me show you some of the cool technology the ship was using. Let me go to that photo now. Okay, so the Gabrielle Gifford pulls up, and shortly after, this rainbow trail, jet trail, chemtrail, it's hard to judge distance, maybe 2 miles long, is right below the Gabrielle Gifford. So this viewer was just saying how the Navy is using cloud technology for, again, hiding aircraft, for communications. I guess the concept must be similar to like fiber optics, where technically you could use vapor trails as a conduit of communication, possibly. It's kind of brilliant if you think about it. So what we're looking at here, I know you've probably never seen it. I talked to AI. AI doesn't know what I'm talking about here. In fact, I even said, hey, AI, look at this picture with the Gabrielle Gifford. What kind of technology are they using? And AI said, they are totally unrelated. It is just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence that this chemtrail rainbow thing happened to show up at the same time. So that's how you know AI is smart, but it does not have human intuition. Not yet. It might take a long time. I don't know if that can even be engineered. Human intuition, discernment. That's kind of tricky. But the bottom line is, here it is. And it stood there basically for hours and hours, if not all day. And then after about 3 hours, it started to drip down like candle wax. Yeah, feel free to look at this on the big screen. Phenomenal. I assume that it contains some type of metal ion, copper, aluminum, and it drips down, and the dragon flies through it and it gets painted on radar. I would assume that's what it was being used for. But wow, it's just like I said, the viewer brought it up that the Navy's using cloud technology. Who knows? Maybe stuff like this is super top secret. But if you were the pilot, you would go, what are the odds of anybody would ever notice? The odds are 0. 100% unlikely anyone would put 1 and 1 together. So it was a lucky day. I could have easily been gone and missed all of this. So it was a lucky day. I documented it. And again, once disclosure happens, then we can go to the Pentagon and say, hey, can we see the file on the USS Gabrielle Giffords? Can we see the radar tapes? Can you imagine the data they left with? Yeah, mind-boggling, just mind-boggling. Let me show you a few other photos from that day. Okay, I happened to be watching TV and I saw the inside of the warship. So I put it on pause, snapped the picture because it's like extremely rare, extremely hard to find pictures like this. So that's what it looks like if you were invited inside to look around. Yeah, there's the ship from the outside. Don't know a lot about warships, but pretty darn cool. Like I said, vesselfinder.net. You can identify any vessel in the ocean around the world, just like Plane Finder tells you the ID number and location of any airplane in the world. And some of you might be thinking, that's way too much information to be given away to the public. I couldn't agree with you more. Oh yeah, look, I did a screenshot. There it is. In case you were like, no, Robert, you don't know. That wasn't a Navy ship. There it is. There's a screenshot of everything. Yep, ship number 10 was here all day. Got all the video. Let me know what you think, everyone. What you know. Wow, that cloud technology, I guess it's the real deal. It is the real deal here. So please remember to like, subscribe, comment if you like my research. You know, I've literally put 14,000 hours in. I'd appreciate some positive feedback. Tell a friend, sign up. I know it's overwhelming. Just hang in there. If you're a new viewer, I know I just gave you way too much information. You're probably in the Pentagon watching. You're like, you're probably thinking, Robert, I didn't even know this was going on. I know nobody tells anybody. That's it. The agencies don't talk to each other. It's CIA doesn't talk to the Pentagon. Pentagon doesn't talk to the FBI, and nobody talks to anybody. So how can you know everything that's going on? You can't. Share your thoughts. Let's go to one last video or photo. All right, let's close out on this video. So again, May 24, 2021. What do we have there? The Coast Guard. What is flying over the Coast Guard? You see the jetty rocks. For the long viewers, you know this. You already know what's going to happen. You don't even have to be psychic anymore. Look at this. Coast Guard was working with the Navy that day. One and the same. And yeah, it's like, wow, what a lucky video day right there. What time? 15:15. That's 3:15 p.m. I believe I think the Gabrielle Giffords was still there at this point. I'm not sure, but yeah, so like I said over and over, the government's doing everything they can. They're spending unlimited money. Like I said, the cost of an aircraft. I mean, realistically, what does it cost to operate a Coast Guard chopper like that? Like $8,000 an hour, realistically. Yeah, and then you multiply that times 46,000, all the Ospreys, the Lakotas, the Apaches that have been here over, and I have all those videos. This is just not, besides witnessing, I recorded everything. Yeah, I've been in Marina Del Rey a long time, and so I happen to be at the right place at the right time. But I'm just thinking, what does it cost to have a warship like the Gabrielle Giffords per hour to operate? It's just, I would literally think $500,000 an hour. So at least nobody could say, the government didn't make an effort. Boy, did they make an effort. Astronomical. Remember they were making a beef a couple of years ago that the Pentagon spent $20 million on ATIP, $20 million. That's a drop in the bucket compared to Marina Del Rey. I don't know. I don't know if the Pentagon will ever come clean here. I think they should. It's no big deal. Just tell us what you know, right? Somebody keeps this rumor going, and UFOs are top secret. Oh, the people can't handle it. We'll go crazy. We'll quit our jobs. Let's see, what other crazy stuff they say we'll do. I can't even imagine. It's so ludicrous. I can't even. Nothing's going to happen. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of joy. And you know why there'll be a lot of joy? Because the payoff is for humanity. Humanity wins. We hung in there for 80 years. We stayed focused, we stayed with our intuition, and humanity wins. There's going to be a lot of joy. Stock market's not going to crash. They might have a hiccup for an hour, maybe. Other than that, no. They're not going to close the airports, nothing international. It's just nothing. It's all delusional theory. It's going to be fine. So the sooner... Really, if I was the Pentagon, I'd want to be come on. Why would you want to be last? Be first. Be first to tell the world. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment. This is Robert at Custodian File. Thank you for watching.